Yeah, sir. Welcome to today's webinar and thanks for joining. This webinar is going to divide into 9 sessions. In this 9 session, I am going to cover, today's session I am going to cover basics of technical analysis. In second session, concept of trend, price and volume parameters. Third is tops and bottoms and trend reversal. Fourth is trend line and trend reversal. Fifth is accumulation and distribution reversal patterns. Then continuation pattern, gaps, moving averages and oscillators and Gannon rules. So total 9, I will block your 9 Fridays for giving training on the technical analysis. Now we will see basic of technical analysis. First of all, what is technical analysis? Technical analysis is nothing but a study of a price chart and volume data of the history of the past data. And after studying, we can predict the future, means where the price going to move in future, upward or downward. Okay, so why technical analysis? First of all, technical analysis helps to identify the trend. Now what is trend? Trend is nothing but direction of movement. It can be upward, downward or a flat. And how to identify the trend? We can identify the trend with by the position of the tops and bottoms. If the formation of a price chart is higher tops and higher bottom, then we can say the trend is bullish. If the formation of a tops and bottom is lower tops and lower bottom, then it is said to be bearish trend. And in sideways trend, we see both tops and bottoms quoting almost at the same level, neither going up nor going down. So technical analysis helps to identify the trend with the help of the tops and bottom position. Second is to write the trend. Now what is write the trend? To write the trend means what? Unless and until you see a reversal in the trend, that is from bullish trend to bearish trend and from bearish trend to bullish trend. So unless and until you see the reversal signal in price movement, you stay invested in the stock. And once you get the evidence of a change in the direction of trend, you book your profit or go short in the stock with a stop loss. So it helps to buying in an uptrend and short selling in the downtrend. Thereby we can trade in both the type of market. And third is to identify the overbought and oversold position. Now what is overbought and oversold? Overbought is a position where we expect the price to come down, and oversold is a position where there is a possibility of a trend reversal. That is, from bearish trend, price may start moving upward and changes direction to bearish to bullish. And in overbought, what? From bullish to bearish. So overbought and oversold position help us to identify that scrape is in scrape is in the level from where we can expect a heavy selling or a heavy buying. That leads to the change in the direction of a trend. Now, types of charts. First is the line chart. That is the closing price chart. This line chart is made up by connecting the closing price of the day. If you see in pointer terminal, if you right click on the scrape, you will see the daily chart option. If you press L, then it will show you the line chart. This line chart is formed by connecting the closing price of the day. And this line chart generally helps to calculate the moving averages. Moving average is generally calculated on the closing price of the chart. Now after line chart, second is the bar chart. In bar chart, we see one vertical line and two horizontal line. The upper part of the vertical line represents the highest of the day, and lower part of the vertical line represents the low of the day. The right horizontal line represents the closing of the day, and the left line represents the opening of the day. Okay. Now if you press B on a price chart, then it will show you the bar chart. Now if you see this green line, that represents that the closing of the day is higher than the opening. If you see here, this horizontal line is towards the left side of the vertical line. That is the opening of the day. And here the right horizontal line is on the upper part of the candle. So that is signals that closing is higher than the opening of the day. That's why the candle is in green color. Now this red color. If you see here in this candle, see the left horizontal line is on upper side and right horizontal line is on the lower side. That means that opening price of the day is higher than the closing price of the day. That is a negative close. That's why the candle color is red. So if the closing of the day is higher than the opening, the candle color will be green. And if the closing of the day is lower than the opening price, candle color will be red. So this is the bar chart. First we have seen line chart, this is bar chart. Now third is the Japanese candlestick chart. In Japanese candlestick chart, it is divided into the shadow and body. Body makes of the opening and closing price of the day, and shadow is the vertical portion of the day's moment. Now if you see here, the upper portion, this vertical line, that represents the upper side of the day, that calls the upper side of the day, and lower part of the body, that calls the lower side of the day. And how body makes? Body can, with the opening and closing price, the body form. If the closing price is higher than the opening price, then it will represent the green candle. That shows that bulls are more powerful at the end of the day than the bears, and that leads to the price moves upward in direction at the closing. In that candle, we see the closing price is lower than the opening price. That's why the candle color is the red color. Here we see that bears are more powerful at the end of the day and drag down the price to a lower level. That's why body color is red. And the third candle is what? Doji candle. In doji candle, both bulls and bears, both are not able to drag the price upward or downward, and it closes at the same level. That is, opening and closing price of the day is at the same level. That's why the candle is called the doji candle. So green candle represents the bullish candle, red candle represents the bearish candle, and opening and closing same level represents the doji candle. Now if you press J on the price chart, then it will show you Japanese candlestick. Now all these red candles, see here, this is the upper shadow vertical line, and here is the lower shadow vertical line, and body of the candle is red because the closing price is lower than the opening price of the day. This is the first trade of the day. See, first trade happens at 1400, and at the end of the day script closed at 1358. Okay, so it shows that closing is lower than the opening. That's why it's a green candle. That shows that bears at the end of the day are more powerful than the bulls, and they able to drag price downward side. Now here if you see the green candle, here upper part is upper shadow, that is high of the day, lower part represents the low of the day, and this green candle represents that closing is higher than the opening price of the day. Here if you see on the right side of the screen, the opening price is 12.99 here on data bar, Opening price is 12.99 and at the end of the day script closed at 13.24. That is higher than the opening price. That's why it represents a green candle. So there are three types of price chart. One is line chart, which can be seen by pressing L on the price chart in pointer terminal. If you press B, you can see the bar chart. In bar chart, red candle represents the closing is lower than the opening and green candle represents closing is higher than the opening. And last is Japanese candle. If you press J, then you can see the Japanese candlestick chart. Here also green candle represents that closing is higher of the day and red candle represents that closing is lower than the opening price of the day. Now scaling. There are two types of scaling. One is the arithmetic scale. On y-axis we see the price movement. In arithmetic scale we see the difference between the price movement is in absolute term, that is it's double 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So difference on the y-axis quoted at a absolute on absolute distance, and second is the semi-log or percentage scale. Here we see the difference on a percentage term. Double, it means 10 ka 20, 20 is 100% is 40, 40 100% is 80. So on the y-axis we the price movement on a percentage term. Generally this arithmetic scale is used in the daily chart, or if you see a intraday chart you have to use the arithmetic scale. But if you see the weekly, monthly or a quarterly, yearly chart, that means a long-term chart, then you have to use the percentage scale. Now we will see the difference between these two scale in the price chart. See in pointer terminal you can select you can change the scale period by clicking on the right side of this. Here it is written log, log. That means it is a arithmetic scale, and if you click it will turn to LNR. That represents a percentage term. Now if you see the long term chart, this is the percentage term chart, semi-log scale. Now see the difference. Sorry. This is the semi-log scale, and if we click here, it will change. Sorry, LNR is the arithmetic scale, and this is the log scale. If you see here, you can see the price chart widening, and in arithmetic scale, वो compress हो जाता है. So this is the difference. Now if you see the chart of Reliance, see the difference. This price movement, if you see this price movement, this is the arithmetic scale where the difference is in the absolute term on the y-axis, and this is the log scale. If you see the difference in the y-axis in a percentage term. So if you are using a daily chart, if you view the daily chart or an intraday chart, you should use the absolute term scale, that is arithmetic scale. And if you are using you are watching a weekly chart or a monthly chart, you should use a semi-log scale. Actually there is more time, so we can continue with the second session also today. Just hold on. We are starting our second session also today because time permits. It's only 20 minutes past. Second chapter is what? Concept of trend and price and volume. Now, what is trend? Trend means what? Direction of momentum. Means if price is going up, we can say that trend is bullish trend. If the price is going down, we say that trend is a bearish trend. And if it is moving in a sideways zone, we say if it's not moving upward or downward and moving in a narrow range, we say that is a flat trend. So there are three types of trend: bullish trend, bearish trend and flat trend. Bullish trend, we see price moving upward in direction. Bearish trend, we see price moving in a downward in direction, and in flat trend we see price moving in a narrow range. And what determines the trend? Position of tops and bottom determine the trend. Means formation of a higher tops and higher bottom represents that trend is bullish trend. Formation of a lower tops and lower bottom represents trend is a bearish trend. So in bullish trend we see formation of a higher tops and higher bottom, price moving upward in direction, and this happens because demand exceeds supply, and that prompting price moving upward in direction and prompting buyer to go long in the script. That's why price move upward and tops and bottom form new higher top and higher bottoms. Now you see this chart here. If you see, the trend is said to be bullish trend because all the tops, all successive top is higher than the previous top, and all successive bottom is higher than the previous bottom. So we can say that trend is a bullish trend because it's a formation of a higher tops and higher bottom. Here if you see, the formation is lower top and lower bottom. This upper part of the bar represents the top, so it is forming a lower tops and lower bottom. So we say that trend is a bearish trend. And if you see this chart of Reliance, if you see here the script is moving in a narrow range, not crossing its upper level of 1175 some around, and not breaking 885. So it is moving in a narrow range. So we say that the trend is a flat trend because all the tops and bottoms are quoting almost at the same level. So this is the example of bullish trend and bearish trend. In bearish trend we see lower tops and lower bottom, price moving in a downward in direction, and this happens because supply exceeds demand, and that's why price goes down and prompting seller to sell. And in flat trend we see demand and supply almost at the same level, that's why price move in a narrow range. So here we can see the bottom B2 is higher than the bottom B1, and top T2, which is quoting at 130 rupees, is higher than T1, which is quoting at 112. So here the formation is higher bottoms and higher tops. That's why we say that trend is a bullish trend. Here if you see, T2 is quoting at 95 rupees, top T2 quoting at 95, and top T1 is quoting at 120 rupees. So it is the formation of lower top, and bottom B2 is quoting at 90 rupees, while bottom B1 is quoting at 100 rupees. So this is a case of lower bottom, lower top and lower bottom, and price is coming down. That's why we say that it's a bearish trend. And in this example you see that T1 and T2 both are almost quoting at the same level, and B1 and B2, bottom B1 and B2 quoting at the same level. That's why we can say that this is a flat trend where price is not moving upward or downward and moving in a narrow range. Again, this is the example of Ambuja Cement where it is forming a higher bottoms and higher tops. if you see all the successive tops is higher than the previous top and all successive bottoms is higher than the previous bottom. B5 is higher than B4, B4 is higher than B3, B3 is higher than B2. So this is the case of higher bottoms and higher tops. That's why the trend is said to be bullish trend. Here T6 is lower than T5. In this case T4 is lower, but again if you see T3, T4 is lower than T3, T3 is lower than T2. So this is formation of a lower top. And here B6 lower than B5, which is quoting at 628. B4 is quoting at 645, B3 is quoting at 681. So this is the formation of lower tops and lower bottom. That's why the trend is said to be bearish trend. Now this is the same chart of Reliance where price moving in a narrow range. So this is the example of a flat trend where price is not moving upward and not moving downward and moving in a narrow range. Reliance moved 2 years in a sideways zone. And finally, right now it is going around 11.1045 level somewhere. Still it is within the channel only. Now price. As all we know that price never move in a straight line. It goes up, comes down, goes up, comes down. So price is interrupted by a counter move. That is called reaction. When it goes up, again it comes down. Interrupted by a counter move, that is reaction, and this forms a zigzag pattern in the price chart, and this zigzag pattern creates a tops and bottom. If you see in this example, see price is going up, again coming down, going up, coming down, going up, coming down. So this is the formation of zigzag pattern, and this zigzag pattern forms tops and bottoms. And demand and supply determines the price. If the demand is higher than the supply, naturally the price is going to move upward in direction because of the more buyer in the script. And if the supply is higher than the demand, price is going to come down because sellers are more in the market than the buyers. And as I said earlier, price action determines the tops and bottoms. Last is volume. Now volume plays a very important role determining the price. Volume along with the price is very necessary criteria for deciding the trend. If volume expand along with the main trend, that is volume is increasing, price is also increasing, then it is said to be a positive trend. And there is no chance of reversal in the price chart. But if you see that the volume is decreasing and price is increasing, that gives a signal that in future price may change its direction from upward to downward. That is change of a trend from bullish to bearish. I am again repeating, if the volume is higher and price is going up, that is okay. The trend is said to be bullish trend only, there is no problem. But if you see the price is going up but volume is decreasing, then that gives a warning signal that in future price may change its direction from upward to downward. And if volume is falling and price is also falling, that is okay in the intermediate reaction. What is intermediate reaction? This is the actual trend is uptrend only, but it is giving us short-term correction. And after giving correction, again price is moving upward. Okay. Let me change the chart to see, this is the chart of Larsen forming a higher tops and higher bottom. Now if you see, whenever it is moving upward, the volume is higher, and when it is come down, volume is thin. Again, if you see in this area, the volume is thin. So during the reaction, volume is thin, but during the up move, volume is higher. So it gives the signal that trend is a bullish trend. Okay. So, but if you see volume is higher and price is going down, then that gives a warning signal that it may be not a reaction or a intermediate correction, but it may be a change in the direction of a trend. Getting my point? During the intermediate reaction, we see the price is going down and volume is also going down. That is okay. But if you see during the reaction that volume is increasing and price is decreasing, in this case, if you see after the upward move, during this phase, we see the higher volume. So that gives a signal that trend is going to change its direction from bullish to bearish, because the volume is higher in the intermediate reaction. So this is not the case of intermediate reaction, but it's a case of change in the direction of moment from bullish to bearish. So to gauge the trend, volume plays a very important role. Thank you. Now we'll continue our third session next Friday. Before that, if you have any question or doubts, you can chat with me. If you have any question, please send your question on me on chat room.